4 starts on page 13. Now we're actually going to start solving right triangles, finding missing sides and missing angles. At the top of page 14, you've got a chart that's going to help you label sides and angles. Angles are always labeled with capital letters. Sides are located with lowercase letters. And sides and angles are directly across from each other. So, you've got angle A right across from side A. You've got angle B right across from side B. And angle C right across from side C. So in that second picture, you're given an angle and 2 sides. If I was going to label that other side, that's going to be side A with a lowercase letter. That's going to be angle C with a capital letter. And that's going to be angle B with a capital letter. So angles are capital letters, sides are lowercase letters. All right, now at the bottom of page 13, we want to find all the missing sides and all the missing angles for this right triangle. So you're given the fact that angle B is 49 degrees, so we're going to fill that in. So we know that that's 49 degrees. And side A is 9. So remember, angles are across from their sides, so side A is going to be there. Alright, the other thing you know is the measure of angle C. The measure of angle C is 90 degrees. So we can find that other missing angle by just knowing the fact that the angles of a triangle add up to be 180. So we can take 180 minus 90 minus 49, and that's going to give us our missing angle of angle A. So that is 41 degrees. Alright, so once we've figured that part out, we want to put theta somewhere because we're still going to use sine, cosine, tangent, so on and so forth to find those other missing sides. So we're going to put theta anywhere. As long as it's not at that right angle, it could go in either of the other corners. I'm just going to put it here. So I've got theta at angle A, and if this is theta, theta's right here, then I know the opposite side, the adjacent side, and there's my hypotenuse. So now I'm going to use what I'm given in one of those 6 trig functions to solve and find the other sides. So I'm given, I only know the opposite. So because you only know the opposite side, you can only use sine or tangent. I can't use cosine because I would need adjacent and the hypotenuse, and I don't have either one of them. So I'm going to use sine. Alright, so the sine of 41 degrees, because that's what I'm given right here, is opposite, which is 9, over that hypotenuse, which is C. That's what I'm missing. So now we're going to solve the equation. I'm going to go ahead and get that C out of the bottom. So I'm going to multiply both sides by C. So now I have C times sine of 41 equals 9. So I'm going to divide both sides by the sine of 41. So I've put that in my calculator, and I found side C to be 13.7. Let's do that in green. So I'm told my hypotenuse, or I found my hypotenuse to be 13.7. Now because I know 2 sides, I can use Pythagorean theorem to find that missing side of B. So I'm with Pythagorean theorem, and I get 10.3. Okay. So we're given angle A is 32 degrees, and side A is 12. So if you notice, in both of these 2 problems, you're given 2 angles and 1 side. The second angle comes from that 90 degrees. So these are 2 angles and 1 side. So let's label what we've got. We've got 32 degrees. Angle C is 90 degrees. And side A is 12. Alright, I'm going to put theta somewhere. But first I'm going to find my missing angle. I'm going to take 180 minus 90 minus 32, which leaves me with 58 degrees. So angle B is 58. Go ahead and label that on here too. Alright, now I'm going to put theta somewhere other than the hypotenuse. So I'm going to put theta up here. So if theta is there, there's the opposite, there's the adjacent, then there's my hypotenuse. So this time I can use cosine because I know the adjacent, or I can use tangent because I know my adjacent. I can't use sine because I don't know the opposite or the hypotenuse. So for this one, I'm going to use the cosine. So cosine of 58 degrees equals, we've got adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is side C. So I'm going to get C out of the bottom. And divide by the cosine of 58. Now you can go ahead and find the cosine of 58 and round it. But remember, your answer might differ from everybody else's because of the rounding, which is perfectly fine. So side C is 12 divided by the cosine of 58, which is 22.6. So now I can do Pythagorean theorem to find that missing leg, which is